Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world once you put away your phones and your computers and all that we have nowadays. That's great, we're up to date, you. But your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, you're going through death, real life. You can't Google that, man. You're alone. You may have a shrink you may have a best friend you go into, but there's 24 hours in the day where you're alone in this brain and your brain is talking to you in all kind of ways, and it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over. But existed for me was, okay, man, how am I going to make this work? And all I knew back then was hard work. The only way anything gets accomplished, that's all I heard back in those days. You got to work hard. You got to work hard. I'm not getting, can't get this paragraph. I can't remember what this paragraph to pass. This test to get the military breathe again, I'm still not getting it read again, but it's not getting it write it out. And now I started learning, okay, well, I gotta write out everything I do and then write it out again and write it out again. And guess what happened? I got it. I can't swim. I'm negative boing. Go back again. I can't swim. Go back again. Go back again. Go back again. I got it. I realize if I keep going back and going back and going back until this just becomes your mind was safe. Okay, we're going to figure it out, because he is not going to stop. It's like, I'm going to try one more time. No, it's just like long clock goes off. Boop. We're going back. I can't read. Right. We're going back. I gave myself no way out. And my mind realized that they said, okay, we're going to adapt and overcome now. Like a lot of people say, trying hard, that your mind knows, man. It knows this guy's lying. There's no truth behind it. When I was a Navy SEAL training people, oh, how are you there for 18 months? The program is always 6 months long. We're in 3 hell weeks in 1 year. No one's ever done that. How did you do that? I talked about the new norm when I lived in the $7 a month place, and I was growing up for a short period of time. I loved it. I don't know, any different. That was my norm. Once we moved down that place, we moved to $236 a month place. I was like, I never want to go back to that little pieces. But if you go back to that $7 a month place and you realize this is where I live, that's all I got. Your mind says, Roger, that this is home. So when I was going to Navy SEAL training for 18 months and going back through all the hard parts over and over again, I told myself, after the first time, I knew this could be a long journey there. My body was breaking down. It was just how it was going on. What this is my new normal. So my mindset, is that going to work? Like, you go to work, you put your suit on, I'm going to suffering every day suffering, being broken, duct taping my feet up, stress, fracture, shin splints, being broken. This is my new norm. And your mind says, if we're not broken, just say normal, we got to be broken. So then your mind starts to get tougher and tougher and more cast. People, how did you run on broken feet, broken shins? My mind knew this is how we operate. We're in Navy SEAL training. This is what we are. I health. And that became my new norm. I gave myself no way out. There was nothing outside these walls of hell. Nothing. I love God. But for a short period of time, I became the devil. Because that was hell. I became the boss, the owner, the CEO of Navy SEAL training. That was my mindset. And that's how you get through things. You you immerse yourself wherever it is you become that and give yourself nowhere yet. When I was tours in 97 pounds and I was fat as hell, trying to be a Navy SEAL, the scariest thing in the world to me, even to this day, was that. That could have been the rest of my life. I thought then I was trying hard. That's the scariest thing in the world. I thought then 2 or 97 pound working for Ecolab spraying for cockroaches, making $1,000 a month. I thought that was me and my 100% potential. Come to find out a few years later, I wasn't even near that 106 pounds less, graduating Navy SEAL training. We don't do all these other things. Looking back on that, that was me trying hard. That's why people gotta understand what is in us. We have no idea until we start trying hard. And I mean really trying hard, where you're obsessed with, hey, this is my new norm. My new norm is that, wow, this isn't always fun. It's not always meant to be fun. And that's when you know you're trying hard. People hear my story and think this guy's sadistic. I realize how the brain works. I figured out how the brain works. I'm a scared kid. And that's what gives me so much power. I had no foundation, and I built this off of just researching the mind. The feeling you get is basically invincibility. You realize that you can't do it all the time. When you need to do it, I know I can go to a place that I can live in And when you know that you can run on broken legs and you can do certain things that a lot of people can do, but they're not willing to do this power, this sympathetic nervous system of fight or flight. And you're fighting, it gives you this charge of energy over when you're sitting there at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning and you're duct taping your feet up because they're broken and you're doing it by yourself. And you're going to do arguably one of the hardest training in the world. And these guys, most of them are healthy and you're going through it broken and you already at a disadvantage, but you're still there. You can feed into that and tap into that for a lot of power. But if you look at it, well, I'm broken, man, like I'm not going to make it. If you look at it as, man, I'm broken and I'm still here and I'm fighting and I'm going to find a way to get through this because I have no other place to go. It gives you a lot of power when things start to suck really, really bad, my brain. And a lot of people's brain DUP, they don't go to your dad beating you up your brain. Says, win it right here. This is miserable. So anger goes away a lot of times when you're suffering because your brain that says we got a run, we got to go, so that anger is not popping up saying, I'm going to show them, I want to show those people. No. There has to be a much deeper, if I say deeper, it has to be down to mineral soil. It has to be down to that nice mineral soil where nothing can burn. You can't burn dirt. So it has to be down that low that literally is submenu, that's at the core of your soul. But you don't find it unless you spend a lot of time with what you want to be in life. I can't give that to you, right? You can't give it to somebody when you find your true passion in life. And my passion for me I want to be now, given my Navy SEALs, roundish. I want to serve my country. I cared about, I want to be someone that I'm proud of. I want to look at myself an American. I was so disappointed that accountability, man, I talked about. I was so disappointed in what I saw every day. I want everybody to love David Goggins, and a lot of people did. I didn't love myself, but I knew a lot of us want to find peace first. So I'm going to say, man, you always talk about this suffering and pain. I'm at peace right now.